Would you like to come in? Is it raining? Would you like to come in? Okay. The cat cafe is open. Yeah. So much for my clean windows. It's another town day. Oh, my hair's crazy. So, I'm gonna get my hair cut. Yeah, I'm fancy. Great clips. Oh, and if you wonder how I take care of these beautiful locks, or if I do anything fancy, no. There is a hairdresser here that I've been seeing for the past couple of years, and they cut my hair, and I love how they do it. So I'm just gonna go in and get a haircut, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like when I return. Well, that was fast. They hardly took anything off of it. You can't tell right now because it's wet, so I'll show you later what it looks like. Today, we're gonna get the ingredients to make tagine in my new tagine cooker that I got from our place, Pots and Pans. So we just need to go and get the ingredients, and then we're gonna go back to the tiny house and we're gonna cook tagine, lemon chicken tagine. I can't say it in the Arabic way. We're gonna go to Winco again because I have to get spices and things, and I want to buy them in bulk because I have empty spice jars for the spices. So rather than spending $4 to $5 for a brand new spice jar, I will just get it in bulk and fill up the recycling jars that I have for spices. It's a really pretty day here in Oregon. Oh my goodness, it's very pretty. Oh, but first, there's a St. Vinny's here. So we're gonna go to St. Vinny's. Oh shoot, I went the wrong way. Oh boy, this again. Oh, and if you're new to my channel and you've been watching for a while, I have another HondaElement that stinks, and I'm trying to get the smell out of it. So this one is my newer one, and I haven't, lived out of it or cooked in it or anything like that. So of course it smells great. But up there on the dash, you see that right there? That's all eucalyptus that I cut from a neighbor's tree, and I put it in my house in floral bouquets and things like that. And I'm putting it in my cars because when I turn the heat on in the car, it smells like eucalyptus, and oh my gosh, you guys, I can't wait till we have smell-o-vision because the car smells so good, and all it is that little tiny stick of eucalyptus. That's it. That's what makes it smell good. Oh, it's busy here today. I'm on a budget for thrifting. I haven't decided what the amount is yet. To be continued. So every time you come to the thrift stores, check and see if they have extra savings or discounts. I do get the seniors discount, which I think is 15%, but today white is 25% off and yellow is 50%. So we need to look for those things. Look at these little cuties. These are by Fire King, which is another Pyrex company, I believe. Maybe they're up north, but look at how cute these are. Oh, and this one with a handle. Cute. How cute is that? Okay, so I've got better restraint now. Like, I'm not just buying anything, although I'd love to buy everything. I mean, I guess in a perfect world, it would be fun to buy these products, this Pyrex, and fix it up and sell it online. I don't know how lucrative that is, or if that's a great use of my time, but it doesn't matter. It brings me joy. So it was fun seeing those cute little things that we saw today. Now we're gonna go get the groceries. I want to thank everyone in the comments that have been giving suggestions on how I can restore the Pyrex. So someone had mentioned the the little magic marker or what is it? Magic pads, something like that to erase things. So I'm going to try these. And we're off to the bulk food section. Can you see that big bag there? That big bag of groceries cost me $24.92. That's why I love shopping at Winco, because you can get everything you need for cooking for 1 or 2 in the bulk section. Their prices are always really good, and I never waste ingredients. I also noticed in my purse that I had a bunch of coupons for Fred Meyer's, and actually some of the stuff I need for tonight I'm going to get from there. Off to Fred Meyer's. Oh, look at my hair now. It's really drying out nice now. Like, I got those last ingredients, and now I just have to get a few more things. I got these Fred Meyer coupons in the mail. Now, you youngins out there, you should take advantage. I have done coupons all my life, and you know, I've saved thousands of dollars. I mean, getting the deal, you know, using a coupon or digital coupons and things of that nature. I mean, there's times when I get my grocery receipt from the store and I'll have saved like $10 or $15. Do your own math. Be a math elite. Add that up over time. That is so much money saved. But as you can see from going to Winco, I can buy a lot of grain things like rice and pasta, kind of like as I need it, so that it's not taking up space in my house, because I don't have a large kitchen. Therefore, I don't have a lot of storage for my food. So I'm always rotating through my food. I try to rotate through it like every 6 months. I don't like to have stuff sticking around in my cupboards for like over 6 months, you know. So that's just a little tip from me to you. Something to think about. I kind of like this loop that I do in town that I come into, because 4 of the stores that I like to shop at that are like mainstream are in this area. So if I can't get most of it at one, then I come to another one, and then on my way out of town I'll stop at my little health food stores and get some other things from there that I can't get. Okay, I have to leave you in here on the charger. You don't want to go grocery shopping with me anyways. Okay, I've got my new list of my coupons, and I'll be right back. Oh my gosh. Guys, look what I got. Oh, it's that time of the year. I got a primrose for outside on my little table outside my bedroom window. These, when you plant them, they come back every year. So what is that, a perennial? I think so, or annual, something like that. Anyways, you can plant these in the ground outside at your house if they grow in your region. And then every year, this time of the year, they'll come back. But $2.25. So I bought this instead of fresh flowers. And this will bloom for like a few months. And it only has 3 blooms on it right now. And there's a few more about ready to go. It just makes me happy. Also at this stop, I had a coupon. In the coupons, I looked at it close and it says you get 1 free herb by this company. So I don't need bay leaves right now, but I need them next weekend and in the future. And so another trick, I'm going to actually dry these out and add them to my spice jar, because, you know, this will last me quite a while. And they were free. I also got a big bunch of chicken, which I'll show you when we get back to the tiny house. But it's time to go back to the tiny house now, and it's going to be a gorgeous drive. The tiny flowers are secured for transport. Oh, it's like a lake. Oh my gosh. Let's go inside. Ooh. Oh, this is a huge bag of groceries. Oh my gosh. And not today, but another day, product from our sponsor. Okay, I'm probably lifting more than I should. Oh, exciting. Oh. How are you today? What are you looking for? Oh, sweetheart. Okay, let me get these groceries put away and then we'll get on to making the tagine. Oh, yeah, tagine. Do you want to have tagine? Oh, do you want to say hello to YouTube? Yeah, let's say hello. Say hello to YouTube. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Let's take it outside. For those of you that have never had tagine, you are going to love this Middle Eastern dish. So I'm choosing chicken legs and thighs that are in quarters, and these are huge. And something that I like to do is buy the big family packs of things, and I will wrap them separately and freeze them like that and make different dishes with them. What makes this dish tagine is the conical lid, or kind of like a party hat shaped lid, made out of ceramics that sit on top of your pot. Traditionally, the whole pot was ceramic and you sat the pot on top of hot coals, and then the entire ceramic pot would heat up, and then all the swirling would take place in the lid, and that's how the food is cooked. The first thing that I'm going to do is make a saffron water, but I'm going to level mine up with a little bit of chicken stock and some saffron. Super easy, just a couple scoops of chicken bouillon and some pinches of saffron, adding some boiling water to that, mixing it up and setting it aside. The next part of the recipe is making the dry rub. It's super simple and there's just a few spices. The first one up is turmeric, and I put about 2 tablespoons of turmeric into it. The next one is paprika, and I put a tablespoon of that. The next one is ginger, and I put a tablespoon of that. The next one is cinnamon, and I put half a teaspoon. The next one up is garlic, half a teaspoon. And then the last part is all fresh spices, so coriander, cumin, whole pepper, cloves, and allspice. And I'm mixing them up in the blender. I think crushed spices, they bring the dishes to a much higher level in taste. I always find with crushing the spices in the little blender, I need to use a chopstick to kind of scrape them away from the bottom because the oils and whatnot stick to the sides. I'm adding 2 little spoonfuls or pinches of pink Himalayan salt to the spice rub, and now I'm mixing it all together. Being real careful to pull the skin back on the chicken but not tear it right off. You want to get in there and just salt the meat before you start to spice it with the rub. This is the granule pink Himalayan salt, so you don't need to use very much of it. And then going in with the dry rub, you want to get it all down inside underneath the skin as well as all over the outside of the skin. Be generous here, just put in lots. Put it all over, you want to use it all up. Fold back little bits of the parts and get in there with it. And then once you're finished, you want to give it a little massage in as well. spice rub and massage is done. Next up, I'm going to dice some onion, and there's really no precise way, just kind of a rough chop to coat the bottom of the pan. And then I need to process some garlic. Lots of garlic. Ow! Oh, there's something wrong with this picture. It's Saturday night, I'm making tagine, and I need to have a little glass of Moscato with it. Just a little bit. Cheers. I'm going to cut the garlic with my little fancy little garlic press cutter. I love this thing. It just makes dicing garlic so much easier. Okay. Oh. And it's just fun to do, and it's good for me to flex out my hands. Setting my induction cooker to 800, I'm going to coat the pan pretty generously with some olive oil and let that heat up while I do my next task. Oh, that's too big. It's another way you can juice an orange is with a fork, and you just do that, just squeeze it together and kind of grind on it. Sort of scrape away at the sides, and it'll give you the juice that you need. Ooh, this is a very juicy orange, so I only need half of one. This just helps with the flavor on this dish. This dish is so good. It's my first time making it, but I've had it several times, so I know how to do it. Now that the pan with olive oil is preheated, it's ready to accept the onions for sauté. We just want to saute the onions until, see how they're starting to go a little bit opaque? Okay, I'm going to just move them to the sides. And we're going to brown this chicken in this. Ooh, and I'm going to save that. I don't want to waste that. I'll just mix that in. I use a little bit of my saffron goodness. We'll put the lid on that for now. Yeah, I don't want to waste this. This is good stuff. Cheers and chopping apricots. Ooh, that's looking good. Just let that go for another little minute. Raise the temperature a little bit, and then I need to cut some lemon to go on top of it. So I'm going to slice it fairly thick, and hopefully it'll stay on top of the chicken and around in the pot. This dish calls for potatoes, so I'm using yams and Yukon potatoes in it. And I'm just using my fancy little peeler to just make quick work of peeling this up. Look at how much steam comes out when I take that lid off. That's what makes it tagine. Well, it's now time to add the saffron chicken broth to it. And we're going to let that go for a little bit before we add the next things. But I don't want to forget to add all these dry rub spice goodness to the dish. You don't want to waste anything. Placing the sliced lemon on top of the chicken, and that's where you want to try and keep it the whole time you're tagining it. So I'm doing that here. I'm adding whole cherry tomatoes to it, and these will poach and pop and add flavor to the broth. And then after we've done that, let's cover it up. You let it go for about an hour and a half before you add the next thing so that they're not mushy. It's been simmering for 90 minutes. Now it's time to add in the apricots. I'm noticing it's not bubbling as much as I would like it to, so I'm turning it up to 300. And now it's time for it to simmer some more. Slicing both the yam or sweet potato, if you use it, in larger chunks, because these are going to be simmering for quite a while, and same with the Yukon Gold. You'll be surprised that these will not get mushy after being in here for as long as this does simmer. I do believe this tagine lid is what makes all the magic happen. This is one of my favorite space-saving hacks in this little tiny kitchen. I didn't have room in the upper cabinets for my spices, and I came up with this idea of laying them down in the drawer, and it's so awesome. So now, like I always do, I like to pretty my spaces up, and one afternoon I thought I would just clean up the inside of my cabinets and my drawers with some of this easy liner. Do you guys ever do this? It just makes things nice and neat. But there's the spices all laying down in the drawer below my stove for easy access to cook with. Now next up, I'm going to put this trivet under the pan and I'm going to explain it later. It's been 35 minutes and I realized green olives are like a major component too. So look at that. I'm just going to add these now, and this still has a long ways to go. It'll still get the good flavor. It'll add to the marinade when it sits for a few days in the fridge. Oh geez, this smell, I'm so hungry. This smells so good. This dish is going to simmer now in total for about 4 or 5 hours. The tagine has been cooking for 1 hour. Oh, and I wanted to talk about why I added this trivet. Let me just put the big light on. The reason I put the trivet underneath the pan today is I want to see if it just helps to conduct the heat more evenly, because I don't know how perfectly even this induction cooker is, but I have a suspicion that there might be hot spots in it. So this way the simmer is even when I use the trivet, in theory. But let's take a look at it. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. I did flip it over and rearrange the lemons on it, but it's not nearly ready yet. It's got to simmer for a little bit longer. Lemon Chicken Tagine is the perfect weekend dish to make up, because then as it sits in the fridge for the next couple of days, it just gets better and better tasting. So we are 2 hours in now, and it's a good time to add one of the last ingredients, and that's the slivered almonds. You don't let them simmer the whole time because they get too mushy. Oh, this is the first time I've relaxed since this morning when I got up. I'm really looking forward to trying this tagine chicken made with that lid. I mean, I hope it makes a difference. I certainly couldn't fit that in my oven. And it's meant to be done on the stove top, so that's what makes it. It's just really neat and fun, and yeah, I do love Indian food, and I'm making more of it. And it's so anti-inflammatory, all the spices in it. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it to be able to eat a serving of this tagine tonight. I feel tired, it's the end of the day, it's already dark out. As soon as it gets dark, time to get ready for bed mode. So I'm gonna pick this up again tomorrow, and we'll look at the chicken tagine then. We'll see you in the morning. Another journey or adventure I have been on lately is sourdough. This is the only loaf that's turned out so far, and I'm pretty proud of it, and I'm glad that I got it on film. But did you know that you can make sourdough boules in your Pyrex? Well, I'm here to show you that you can. And if you want to see more sourdough baking and recipes with Pyrex in the future, please leave a comment down below this video. If I remember correctly, when I had tagine before, I had some form of rice or orzo or something like that with it. But I am just going to have mine with bread, and I'm going to top it with fresh Italian chopped parsley. So I fell asleep last night before I could taste this delicious dish. It's the next day. It's very foggy outside here in Central Oregon. The perfect day for this warming dish. So I'm going to dig in and tell you what I think. I also think that these simmer dishes taste much better the next day. So, it's sweet and it's savory. I can taste the apricots, the almonds, the sweet potato, the regular potato, and also there's olives in here. I like that briny, salty. 10 out of 10, I recommend. Tagine lemon chicken, however they say it in their country. Well, if you haven't already, please touch that subscription button, touch that thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one. And I thank you so much for being here and becoming part of this positive and high vibes community. There's going to be more cooking. There will be adventures out of the HondaElements. I've got one coming up real soon. So what are you waiting for? Turn on those notification bells too, because YouTube's a little funny and wonky. And well, this little old lady's channel doesn't get pushed out that much. So if you can help me out and help a lady out, share it out. I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.